What's happening, guys? Welcome to another video. And yes, we are going camping, but we're not going out in the tinny. It's a windy shitty of a day. The river's got white caps on it, so I'm not going to go out when it's like that. Plus I want to give the tinny a test run before I load it up with firewood and the swag, because when we first got that motor we had a bit of trouble with the gear linkage up the top, so we had to do a few adjustments and reconnect it. So I'm going to give it a test run before I load it up with stuff and go camping. So I'm thinking tomorrow when I get back, if I've got enough time, I might do a separate video of testing the boat out and might chuck the rod in and go fishing for a little while if the weather's okay. So what I've decided to do, because the water's too rough, we're going to head out to the farm. We've had a fair bit of rain the last few weeks and the sun came out yesterday, so we're going to go mushrooming. It's that time of year. About a year ago we went out to the farm called Clark's and got a few mushrooms, so we're going to do it again. So I'm hoping they're starting to pop through. I'm really looking forward to having a camp. We've finished up with Speedway for the season and got a bit of time to myself, so I am bloody excited to get out, get the fire going, sit around, get the scared of the dark medicine out, talk to myself, because I enjoy my own company, and I'm probably the only person that actually laughs at any of my jokes. So I'm looking forward to tonight. We're going to do a good cook up. I've got a ribeye steak with a special marinade that I do now and another little treat, so stick around for that. This could be the best steak you've ever seen, and I can probably talk a bit of bullshit as well like normal, but we're going to go and try and get some mushrooms, hopefully find a spot in the scrub, or I've got another spot I'm thinking about that'll keep us out the wind, and yeah, that's the plan. So we better turn the camera around, show you guys what I'm looking at, and you know what that means. It's time to start the music. Okay guys, so this is the farm called Clark's, and the area we want to get to is out there to the right. There's a buggy track on this farm where the Adelaide Buggy Club have a race meeting once a year. Gates open, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're out here working on the track. We're going to go out here to this rough land out to the right. And this is where I used to go mushrooming with mum and dad, probably back when I was about 5 years of age onwards. And it's usually good for mushrooms because it's never been put in crop. It's sort of a rough, rocky area. So let's go through, see if we can see any. It's not looking real good at the moment. It's not looking real good, guys. Maybe we're a bit early for the mushrooms. This was the area I was getting them last year. Got to look pretty hard because you get them mixed up with the little limestone rocks everywhere. Usually in these little flats though you get them, but it's not looking good. Doesn't look like we're going to be having any mushrooms with our steak tonight. Well guys, that was very disappointing. Not one mushroom. So obviously they haven't had enough rain yet. Or maybe it's a bit early. Got the old Glenelg tram there to the left. The old Clark's homestead straight ahead. We'll just drive down to the main part of the buggy track. I don't know if anyone's here working on it. A lot of the weekends they come up from Adelaide to work on the track. I think the race is probably in about 5 or 6 weeks' time. So it's a pretty good setup. They've got hot water service here, so you can have hot showers and proper toilets. So sometimes we'll come out here camping with my mates if they want to bring their kids out motorbike riding. So it's great if they want to use the toilets or to have a proper toilet set up. That's sort of the main straight of the buggy track there. That all started with a motocross track that I built when I was about 15 years of age in this little valley. And the first jump I made was that one down there. So this part we're in now is the car park. You wouldn't believe that that used to be a shearing shed. Real old rough one. We used to come out here and shear the sheep and crutching on this farm. They now take the sheep to an adjoining farm called Biguji, which is out there to the right and back about 2 or 3 k's, and that's got a fairly new shearing shed on it. Doesn't look like they've put much crop in this farm at the moment. I think I spotted a mushroom, guys. Or was it a rock? Ah, there we go. Or is it a toadstool? Toadstool. Yeah, you don't want those ones with a long stem. They're worse than scared of the dark medicine. And more toadstools when they grow in clumps like that. Be a little bit wary. I'd keep right away from them. Okay guys, got the fire going. I grabbed a bit of old corrugated iron, so that way I don't leave much of a mess here. I can drag it down to the fire pit that they use. Empty it in there. But having it up here, I've got the shelter of the shed here, cutting out the wind. Got the laptop out, loading a couple of videos and fiddling around. She's a bit of a shitty old afternoon, getting a little bit of rain, but at least we're cutting out the wind and not getting wet under the shed. So we'll get this fire pumped up a bit and we'll get tea going in probably about an hour's time. Check out the old trucks here. So these are supplied by Summit Racing Team. Summit Car Club. Looks like old Bedford. I think she's an old Bedford. Can't see the sign on it. I'm guessing it still goes. She's a tipper. There we go. Oops, needs a bit of oil in there. I don't know if it shows how many K's on the clock. Oh yeah, there we go. whether you can read that there. I think it says 788,000, I know, 78,867. Still a pup. Got the key there. I better not try and start it. Go and check the other one out. Must use it to cart a bit of dirt around, fill up a few of the holes. Got the roller there. See up there you've got 3 lots of toilets and a shower block on the right. I think this is another Bedford. What have we got on here? They must have locked this one. They didn't want anyone pinching this beauty. All locked up. Well guys, what a shit night. The rain settled in, but I'm not giving up. I'm glad we decided to camp at the shed. So I've been slowly dragging that bit of tin up, so it's nearly under the shed now, so we should be right. Chuck some spuds in a minute, and then we'll cook up the steak, probably in about half an hour's time. Righto guys, that bloody rain's getting harder, but I'm not giving up. Just heating the fry pan up, and we'll get the steak on in a minute. Got some potatoes in the coals. Okay guys, here's tea tonight. We've got a nice steak there, and that's been soaking in a mixture of Worcestershire sauce and soya sauce. About 70% Worcestershire, 30% soya. And the bit that you're probably not going to like is over here we have got powdered milk. Yeah, you heard it right, powdered milk. We're just going to put a coating of that on both sides. You don't taste any milk. Just a thin bit there, and this will crispen the outside up beautifully. You've got to have a bit of crunch on the outside, so we'll go and chuck it on and we'll check it in a minute. Try and get it done about medium. Little bit of oil in there, not too much, because you want the outside to crispen up a bit. Looking good, getting a little bit of char on the outside. That's probably getting a bit of burnt on the outside. Now to test the potatoes. Oh, that's pretty good. Soft in the middle. Brilliant. Steak looks good. Nice little bit of char there. We stick a little bit of the Worcestershire sauce on there. Just a little bit. potatoes there, and we're nearly ready to go. Okay, just to show you the potatoes, look at that, nice and soft in the middle. We'll put a bit of butter in that. Sensational. Back with the review in a minute. Righto guys, food review. Pretty good. You got to give the powdered milk a go. Check it out on a guy called Goo Goo Foods, YouTube. One of the best steak cooks there is. And it's his little tip. Just puts a nice bit of crisp on the outside of the steak, if you like that sort of stuff. And the Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce, bloody brilliant. So probably could have cooked it a bit better. The fry pan was on a bit of an angle and I couldn't really see how hot it got and all that sort of stuff, but still good. 8.6, that's my review. And I'm not too sure, we might see in the morning. I'm hoping I get back in time to put the tinny in and just give it a bit of a test run. If I do that, might go out fishing for an hour or so, so we'll see what happens. So there's either that to come, or this could be the end of this one. Catch you later.